Greetings. Welcome to a new video series. This time, as you can see, we will take a look at the O'Neill class spaceship from Stargate, which was the Asgard ship, the most powerful, and one of the most powerful ships in the entire franchise. Now, we will, as always, design a new model based on what we've seen in the show and maybe do a few modifications to the design and then of course print it out and paint and assemble. So this is the model as this is the ship as it was seen in its debut in fourth season first episode Small Victories. This is the O'Neill, which unfortunately was destroyed even before it was finished. But yeah, this is a very nice picture. And the second one that we have is this from the episode Unnatural Selection. Here, as you can see, with Prometheus dwarfing the Tauri vessel. Now, obviously, I will not do it in this scale because my Prometheus is around 45 centimeters long, so that O'Neill would have to be very, very big. And I don't really want to do such a thing. So I will actually do it around the same as the Prometheus, so it will be around 45 centimeters long. But why do I talk about it? We can take a look together. So this is the model as I have it prepared. Now, on the first glance, I think you may notice few differences. For example, I have more cannons than in the model. The models in show have either two or four cannons. There are the first O'Neill and the one seen in Unnatural Selection does not have those front cannons. All the others have them. But the cannons that I added are here on those vertical wings. I added two of them on each wing, so it's more, I don't know, intimidating, I guess is the word. And not only that, um, though when I was doing my research, I noticed that there are only two episodes in which O'Neill is actually firing, but in none of those episodes it fires from those cannons. In all the instances, which is actually eight seasoned episode one New Order and ninth episode 20, ninth seasoned episode 20 Camelot, and in both cases, the O'Neill classes fire from the very nose. Not from the cannons, but from the tip of the nose. Thus, I basically added this custom cannon that I did not found modeled in the studio models at all. And then I also made one big thing because as you can see, the Asgard ships are aesthetically pleasing, but they are very bad design when it comes to actually standing, which is not a problem in the show as they were never seen landed on ground. But my model actually has to do that because I did not invent it anti-gravity yet. So I didn't really want any sort of pedestal that or stand or anything like that. So I designed it a retractable landing gear or basically a third leg. So it works like this. And now, as you can see, the ship could stand on its own. And aesthetically, I don't think it breaks anything. And it's retractable, so when closed, I don't think that many would even notice that it is there. So, yeah, that was the main change. Now, as for the model itself, how exactly it goes together, it's basically the same as with all my previous models. It's one big kit based on the approach kind of like from Lego. Now, there should not be need for any glue whatsoever. And we will now go through each group individually and show how it actually works. As you can see in the model tree, it is once again divided into several groups or subassemblies, and each represents specific part of the model and specific part that will be then printed and assembled together. Now, this is the middle part, and it consists of those parts. Now, as you can see here, we have a pegs, and the top part obviously has corresponding holes. Also, we have the pegs for the from the other side, but for the simple reason of printing, they are separate pieces that will be inserted into the hole because it will be printed like this, so I obviously cannot have the pegs there. Anyway, yeah, we have basically several layers that will come together and create this middle part. Once again, we are using those locks and they should hold everything together. Then we have a top layer, which, as I said, has corresponding holes to all those pegs, so it will all clap together. Also this part, yeah, slider here and pegs. Then this big part, once again for pegs, and it has corresponding holes. And now you can notice that all those black or brown pieces are individual. That's not necessary, but I did that because it will make the painting much easier for me. So basically we will have parts like this, and it will have a hole, and the big part will have a corresponding peg, so they will all clap together. I did it simply for the reason so that my life will be easier when I will paint it. Now with the front, it's not like that. It's one solid piece, but I am not that afraid that here the different colors will be problematic. I actually don't think there will be any issue, so I left it in one piece. But I indeed considered that I will divide those different colored pieces as well. So now that was the middle and the top. Once we will have this, here we will attach the mechanism of the landing gear, which, as you can see here, has legs, sorry, has holes. Here we have some inserted pegs, and it will go inside. And the mechanism itself, as you saw, is nothing but a parallelogram. So very simplistic but effective solution. Okay, once this mechanism is inserted, we have to use or add horizontal wings. Now, those are horizontal wings. Each wing is made of 3 layers, once again for the purpose of printing, because as you can see there are quite a lot of ornaments. from both sides. So the printing is not that easy. That is why I had to actually divide it into several layers. Now, as you can see, here we have an opening for the locks, and first two layers have corresponding locks. So they will simply go through to that piece and hold on a place. Not only that, if you take a look, the second layer, I have two pegs here, and here the first layer has a hole, so they will snap together. And here we have a hole for the third layer with the connection pin, so it should hold it together before we insert this clamp that holds the three layers together. And to that clamp we will attach this part from both sides. It will later house the cannon. So basically the parts of the or the layers of the wing will be held by the pins by this clamp, and later, as you can see here the hole for the vertical wings that will hold it together as well. Okay, now that we have the horizontal wings, we can attach the bottom. Okay, so this big piece has the corresponding locks, and it will hold the third layer of the wings. Apart from that, we have this part and the front. Now we have the vertical wings, which are here, and they basically are those black pieces that go through the two layers. Then we have one half, we have the second half that, as you can see, they have pegs that go through those holes, thus basically uh, holding in place. And I also basically added this clamp that hold the both ends together. It, they all have this uh, opening, I guess, for the clamp. So that's the upper part, and then we have the lower part, which has this extrusion or double extrusion, and that goes through the third layer of the wing straight inside this part and basically snap it together. So it should stay and hold very firmly, and there should not be any wobble. And yeah, there may be a problem to actually put it together. Maybe some grinding will be needed, but that's something I really don't mind, unlike using glue. Okay, and the last thing are the guns. And yeah, the guns are really relatively straightforward. Only those rotational pieces, those cannons that will be simply inserted into the corresponding holes. And that's it. Okay, so yeah, this is the model. Oh, I forgot to show the rear of the model. Here are the engines. I chose the color blue, though I am not really sure if I still have a blue color. If not, then I will simply choose a different one. I will have to make some purchases anyway because I don't have a white color in spray. So uh, I have only a little bit of the uh, white color for some details, but nothing like that. As I said, the model is some 45 centimeters long. So yeah. Okay, so this is the model. This is my O'Neill class spaceship with its retractable landing gear. I'm actually quite happy how the model turned out. And not only that, but I will probably use it as well for our game to replace the current one. But for that, I also have to create a texture. This obviously does not have any texture at all. Those are just colors from the program itself and some real 3D ornaments. Anyway, this is it. This is the model. In the next video, we will actually take a look at the middle and the top layers and try to print them, paint them, and assemble them together. Alright, so for now, I guess that's it. Have a very good day and bye bye.